show you to outline the difference between and or only and both. For example, there may be no difference between tea and coffee drinkers and tea or coffee drinkers in common speech, but in probability, the and the or have very specific meanings. Tea and coffee drinkers refers to the intersection of tea drinkers with coffee drinkers. So tea drinkers and coffee drinkers are at the intersection. So actually, they have to be, for example, those who drink both beverages. So and is like intersection combining the two. Those who both actually drink. While tea or coffee drinkers refers to the union. Those who, for example, those who drink only tea and those who drink only coffee and those who drink both. So it's like, or it's like, okay, you can either drink a tea or you can either drink a coffee, or you can actually drink both. So let's look at the theoretical probability. A learner wants to understand the term event. So the learner rolls two dice, hoping to get a total of 8. Which of the following is the most appropriate example of the event? So actually, a learner wants to actually roll a. So the learner rolls two dice, hoping to get a total of 8. In order for you to get it 8, you gotta add numbers that will give you 8. Two numbers that will give you 8. So you're gonna say 4 plus 4 is gonna give you 8. So it's the event set 1 is actually correct, and then event set 2. 6 plus 2 is 8. 5 plus 3 is 8. 4 plus 4 is 8. 5 plus 3 is 8. 6 plus 2 is 8. So event set 2 is correct. Because event set 2 has most numbers, so I'll pick it instead of those 3. So my correct answer is this one, the second event. So that is my correct answer. Elena wants to understand the term sample space. So actually, sample space is like a total number of everything that you are counting, that you're working with. So the learner rolls the die. Which of the following is the most appropriate example of the term sample space? So what is a sample space? So you know what so they said you rolled a die. A die is like a die. So a die has 6 numbers. I don't know the total number of a die. I think it's 6 numbers. Okay. So the first one is correct, but the second one is not correct. Head to actually tail. It is not correct because a die doesn't have a tail, doesn't have a head and a tail. And then the third one is not correct. A die numbers only start with doesn't be count. They are not count with the 1, 3, 5, whatever. So the third one is not correct. The first one is actually the correct one. Elena finds a 6-sided die. So the learner this one finds 6-sided die and then rolls the die once on a table. What is the probability that the die lands either on 1 or 2? Write your answer in a simplified fraction. So the formula that I'm going to use is actually P. Whatever P was, is actually P, which should be equals to an event and then n the sample. So this one actually the probability of if so there are 2 events that happened. 2 events are actually the 2 So they say a learner finds a six-sided die and then rolls the die once on a table. What is the probability that the dice land on one or two? What is the probability that this event will actually happen in time one or in time two? So what is the probability that this event might actually roll in one or two, in one event or in two in the other event? So in one event which is called one, and in the other event which is called the two. So the total number is two. So that is going to happen in this side and this side. So the total number of event is two. So you have two, sample size is 6, and then probability is actually 2 divided by 6. It's going to give you what? It's going to give you 1/3. And then you're done.